Boot fans, welcome on in. Right in front of me today, as you can see, I've got the new Nitrocharge 1.0 from Adidas in this new battle pack colorway that they've released for the World Cup. We're going to be taking a look at these in some detail, as well as bringing in the Samba colorway to compare them a little bit. There's actually some differences between both of these boots, so we want to take a look at that. Before we get started, there's a subscribe button on your screen. If you haven't subscribed already, we would appreciate if you sign up, be a part of the team. For those of you that are signed up, we appreciate having you around. As for design, in the battle pack, it comes in this black-white 50-50 design. It's come in for mixed reactions from fans. Some people like it, others have been pretty critical of the entire battle pack series, to be honest, not just the Nitrocharge. Your energy sling on this version, designed for that lateral energy and movement, comes in this transparent design. And then your adidas 3 stripe on the side comes in the burnt red, which to me kind of looks like the Spanish flag. Adds some additional pop, nice little bit of pop to the side of the boot. On the heel, you'll notice you got your Nitrocharge 1.0 hit with the number 14. 14 stands for the year 2014, and that's also just placed inside the heel. The actual sprint frame, as you can see, sprint frame here runs along the sole of the boot, and then you've got your energy pulse, your zigzag design, designed to give a little bit of extra spring back as you're playing in these boots. Just to note that if you do decide to get a pair out of the box, they are a little bit stiff and they take a few wears to loosen up because of that. Bringing in the Samba version real quick, just to show you that everything between these boots is pretty much identical, other than the colorway on the sole. So you've got that energy pulse, that's the very same stud configuration, everything is in the same positions. You got your mic coach cavity. So when we talk about the sprint frame, everything is the same between these two versions. Where things get different is right here in the upper. And the first thing we're going to talk about is this protective mesh. The whole thing about the Nitrocharge, designed for energy, the upper is a hybrid touch and it runs through with that synthetic leather along the lacing, but this mesh runs from the midfoot right around the heel, and we got these protective pods along that heel region, and it runs through the other side of the boot. The reason that this was implemented is Adidas were trying to make a more natural feel, kind of like a sneaker feel to the boot, because it's designed for players that like to run a lot, that have a lot of energy, and are the engine of the team, and that natural feel, that running feel, was what they felt was needed for players of that style. Interestingly, they've switched it up and they've added that synthetic leather right around the heel. So there is no more mesh on this boot. That's very, it's worth noting if that's something that is of interest to you, or was in the original Nitrocharge that doesn't feature on the battle pack version. The other primary difference comes along the forefoot, where a diamond style stitching has been added, and then these smaller regions, little paneled regions with a lot of texture and definition have been placed. And it almost looks like somebody's got a punch and punched in these shapes because of that definition. And it runs kind of like through the center part of the boot, so it runs from here across each of these little panels. On the Samba version, just to show you the difference, it was these dampening pods, which is vastly different. This version looks a lot better, to be honest. I think the functionality of the Samba pack might be a little bit more useful since they've got more definition and it's larger zones. But I do like what they've done with the battle pack. There are the two key differences between the boots. The only other thing that's different is the weight. With the battle pack weighing a little bit lighter, about 8.1 ounces compared to 8.3 for the Samba. And that is primarily down to the changes and the removal of this mesh for that synthetic layer, that thinner synthetic layer that they've put on it. So there you have it, guys. There is the new battle pack version. I've compared it to the Samba pack. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a like. And before you leave, I want to know your thoughts on these two colorways, and I want to know, not to be controversial, which version you would have preferred to see players wearing at the World Cup. Upon release, we were under the impression that the Samba pack were the boots that were going to be worn by players in Brazil, but it is now going to be the battle pack version. Personally, I think I would have preferred the Samba pack, but I want to hear what you guys think. Which version do you guys think would have been better on players? Let us know down in the comments below, and obviously I'll get involved with your conversation. I'm very interested to hear your take on this, what you guys think. That's it for this edition, guys. Thanks for watching as usual, and until next time.